Who is Vegas? What up, y'all? 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 What up? What up, y'all? Here we are, yo. 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 Get to that later. What it do, y'all? We're gonna be in the sound here. We finished Ghostwire Tokyo last night. If you guys were here, thank you. If you weren't, shame on you. And we are live on both Perp and Red apps. So if you want some I don't know, ad-free shit, go to the Red app. If you want to support me with the ads, then stay on the Perp. If you want all the bells and whistles, stay on the Perp. If you just want to support, go on the Red, or stay on the Perp. Or you can be a super supporter and be on both Red and Perp. I just had to write a report to fast food restaurant because they forgot my apple pie thingy. So I had to write a complaint in for that. If you guys don't know, you should vote it already. Your boy voted. I went to go get my medicine from CVS, and I was like, "Yo, let me go vote real quick." Easy peasy. I figured there would be no line. There was no line. I scared the shit out of some people who was out there campaigning for some other guy. They was like, "Excuse me, sir, are you here to vote?" I'm like, "Yes," and they was like, they just like left my ass alone because usually they stop the people or ask them if they would like to sit there and talk to them. I'm like, "Fuck you! What are you doing campaigning at the goddamn place, man? There should be no campaigning at the voting place. Like, just put your sign up and leave. All right." So needless to say, I didn't vote for that person. you desperate. You be that desperate, then you wasn't doing your job beforehand. So we're gonna get into what remains of Edith Finch. It's supposed to be a short game. We got it on PlayStation. They provided it to us on the PlayStation Plus, and it's the PS5 version too. So we're gonna play it. So let's get into it. Let's just go. A game by a giant sparrow. What's up with all these games where you are on a boat going somewhere remote? Remember Alan Wake? Alan Wake was he was on a boat. He was going to some remote place in Washington. Here we are with Edith Finch in some remote The Devil and Me remote. Oh, the game's already started. Oh. Okay, Puget Sounds Fairy Lines, okay. Oh, Edith Finch, okay. Puget Sounds paper products. They have upgraded. And this is a good looking game so far. Flowers look good. The hand look good. The water looks good. I was trying to see if they said Canada, but it says Canary. Some dirty deck. Okay. Am I supposed to be doing something? Press the button. Oh, okay.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
It's a strange looking house. That is a strange looking house, y'all. Might want to fix that fence. Wait, there's a missing poster.
My brother Milton disappeared when I was 4. It was like the house just swallowed him up.
Here we are again in Washington State. Alan Wake took place in Washington. Oh, I know why they didn't go searching for you, bro. You Native American. Yep, they were like, oh, no, we're good. Orcas Island. Is there a real Orcas Island in
Someone had put up a chain link fence, but it looked like I wasn't the first person to hop it.
Yeah, why would you put a one poster behind? Let's see. Mesa, Arizona. They could have put a fake number on there. I wonder if that's a real number. Let's call it. Should we call it? Should we just call it? No, we're not gonna call it. Let's just look it up. 480-644-2211. Costa Mesa Police. Oh. That is the police department phone number. That's the actual phone number, y'all. For Mesa Police, Arizona. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. They actually put real numbers in here. Alright, so there's no result for the 1-800 number. Okay. Whew, thank goodness. But the police phone number is the real deal. Oh wait, did I put too many numbers in here? Yeah, I did. Hold on. That's the real number for the Polyclass Foundation. And that's in California. Oh my. Alright. Oh, wait. We got one more number. We gotta check. 360-376. Wait, there's a number missing. 233. There's a number missing. Let's see. Is there a place called Orcas Island? There is a place called Orcas Island. Let's see if the number's relatively close to the number. San Juan Police County Sheriff. 360. Well, no. Okay, we got the area code right. They don't have the right number for the Orcas Island Police Department. Well, hence there's a missing number, but good area code. Area code's good. 360. Okay, so the Arizona Police Department is correct. The Polyclass Foundation is correct. Orcas Island is not. Alright, cool deal. Alright, so. Can you run, girl? Can you run?
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
Oh? Why not?
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
Yeah, they put the chain fence.
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral. In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back. No one had driven this way in a long time, but I saw a few hoof prints. The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
Why the house? The house only knows the answers.
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
It's like y'all built a clubhouse on top of a clubhouse on top of a clubhouse on top of the clubhouse on top of the clubhouse on top of the house.
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words. Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were.
So it's been
I
6
was
years?
afraid of the house.
It's been 6 years since you've been here?
I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't. Looking in, I felt like the house itself had been waiting for me.
Okay, this is... Why are you out here by yourself, first of all? Who drove you out here, girl?
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11. The power had been turned off the night we left.
Alright, you got a getaway car. That's what we like to do. We like to look at the stuff that we have on the shelves. We got cleaning supplies. Alright. Cool, Gucci. We got some paint and stuff. Books. Alright. Northwest Chef. Okay. Pleasures of Japanese cooking. Cosmic Cuisine. Smoking and Fours and Book of Mushrooms. Wait, someone in Thailand? Tastina, Thailand. Okay. Okay, we did some artwork over here. Oh, carving with some actual hand chisels. I got a pair of those. Not those, but you know what I'm saying? I got some smaller ones. Bikes on the bike rack. Just how you know how far you can pull up into the driveway or into your garage. Alright, game's only 2 hours, so we can make it
For the first time in years, I felt like I was home. But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
Why they got the same books? Multiple. Why all these places have the same books?
Like how after Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
Guys want to make apple pie? It's a recipe right here for how to make apple pie. Get your apple pie recipe, ladies and gentlemen. The holidays are coming up. You got Thanksgiving, you got Christmas. Make your apple pies. Here's the recipe right now. If you didn't get one, here's one right now. Brought to you by Vegas via What Remains of Edith Finch. There you go. Apple pie.
Or how only one restaurant would deliver to our house, so we had Chinese a lot.
Y'all better learn how to cook. Y'all got all these cookbooks, but none of y'all cook? Yeah, that's a lot of salmon, bro.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth.
Eddie, Don, Milton, Lewis, Edith. Ew, yeah, what happened to Edith? That's who we're trying to figure out. You need to figure out how to open that door, girl. Yeah, why is this? That's the second one I seen. Oh, that's a nice little peephole, though. Why has it got the foam around it? This place is sealed. Okay, that's spooky. Barbara.
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
It's a Sasquatch. Alright, Barbara Finch. She looks like she's on a set for some My Friend Bigfoot. Okay, movie. Okay.
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit. Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
Huggers don't have a place to put the TV, so they stacked it on top of books. Yeah, that was safe. You don't need these books at a library, bro. A lot of them are duplicates. Take all the pictures down.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left.
Why did we leave, though?
My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
I got one of those. Well, I used to have one of those. Is that the garage? Looks like the garage. Yep.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Okay, that's weird. She was 10 years old. This person was 11. Gregory was 11. Calvin was 11. Wait, they twins? No. Wait, no. Gregory's 1. Oh, there's a room right here. Is it Sven? Or 7? $19.10. 1917. 1915. He made it almost to his 50th, so he's 49. Edith lasted. She almost made it to 100. Or Edie. I don't know if that's Edith. It might be Edie. Alright, here we go.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara. Edie's father, Odin, built the original house.
$1960.
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
But why is there an extension cord? Why am I here?
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up.
I mean, it's a dope ass room. Feel like you underwater. Got whale sharks. That's dope. I guess that's the painting of the original house. Okay. Sunk. It's a train. A caboose.
Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
You gotta be shitting me. It's a key to a book. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
My mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Do we really need to?
Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan. From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me. But I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat. The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it. My Halloween candy was all gone. I kept eating and eating. I ate a lot of things that night.
Those are fake, girl. What the fuck? What's wrong with you, girl?
Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat. I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared. Mom and Dad didn't even look at me. I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass. Rabbits. I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger. A mama rabbit. She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark. I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever. Juicy seals.
Look, come on, what?
I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good. Grabbed on tight. And when I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed. Now I was a monster and I smelled people everywhere. I was big, but I moved real quiet. I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
This game is weird, yo.
After the last passenger, I was still hungry. And across the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it. I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe. I got closer and closer.
It's weird. It's really weird.
All of my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
Okay, Molly. That's a weird ass dream, Molly.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
What's up, Hindu? Welcome in, welcome in. Hey, it's interesting. It's interesting. Definitely gotta figure out what happened to the Finches. It's interesting. And parents, why does everybody die young? The only one that lived forever was Edie. Well, okay, yeah, Walter lives over 50 years. Odin was old, well. He lived 57. Sam only 33 years. Calvin's 11 years. Barbara was 16. Molly's 10. Dawn lived a good life. 68 to 40 to 16. I would say that's what was that, 52 years? Okay, 52 years. Gregory only lasted 1 year. Gus This is 13. Yeah, 13. Lewis lasted. Is one of your favorite games to watch? This is interesting. This is. I mean, the ages on these people are quite young. Except for Edie. Edie lasted the longest. Maybe it's a good thing her name is Edith. I just heard a cat. Where's the cat?
I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here.
I believe
before
she did.
my mom sealed the doors. This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room. We got along, and it was a good place to hide from my mom.
Whoa,
Edie
man.
knit me a new pair of gloves every year, just in time to replace the old ones. Lewis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him.
Edie was an artist. It's a nice sewing machine.
Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan.
Y'all remember those things? I remember having them in elementary school.
On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house,
Damn.
hoping to leave the curse behind.
Not you bringing the house. That's crazy.
But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island.
Yeah, you had one. Yeah, man, those were fun to have.
Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
Imagine trying to bring your house over from
Whatever's wrong
Norway.
with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Norway, and why would you go to Washington State? Like, you went around the world to get that house over to Washington. That's crazy. Let's watch some good movies. Ain't that her book, though?
One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity. When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't. Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother. The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace.
Oh, we can't see what we look like? Okay. That's messed up. I would like to see what she looks like. Is Key open all these books? That's crazy.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Wow. Oh yeah, that is secret. This is a dark room?
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Kid safe? Ha, I doubt it. Anything that makes pictures is definitely not kid safe. Oh, that's a cool room. I like this room. Old Finch National Park? Y'all had a park? Captured. The Secret Lives of War Photographer. Oh, he was a Marine. Alright. Ooh, wow. Have you... So, I take it you've played this game, right?
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him.
I remember these orange power cords, too.
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it.
Broke foot. Why is he keeping that one leg out?
My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did.
I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing here.
At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't.
Trying to swing. I feel like I need to swing my legs too. I feel like he wants to jump off.
I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
I had to control the other leg too.
Calvin, dinner's ready. Coming.
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Calvin, I'm not gonna tell you again.
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up, then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother.
Whoa!
The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
I remember trying to do the same thing myself. But it was in a park around my apartment, my house when I was a kid.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
There's a rope. We never tried it at school.
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
It ain't that cute. Oh, this place is full of stuff. This house is a maze.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies. Up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
Okay, there we go.
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards. Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Oh,
Jack here with
Ooh.
another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Why we get the Michael Myers music?
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
Yeah.
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
And you got your
I'm
ass
not
whooped.
scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and
Yeah.
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the Late Picture Show. Hours later...
The late
Barbara!
picture show.
Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Walter, are you there?
Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Uh-oh.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
She played her part beautifully. She thought about abandoning Walter, but just couldn't do it.
I mean, could.
Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned. He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
Why is she moving so slow?
The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... someone at the door was dying to speak to young Barbara. At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Yeah. That's crazy. I like that story though. Reminds me Tales of the Crypt. Are we going back in that box? Alright.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Still can't get to the third floor? Okay.
It's funny. All those times I played with the music box and never found the basement key.
That's because you didn't keep winding it, girl. You gotta keep winding it. Like they said, just keep on winding it, winding it. Where is that music box? There he is. There we go. I guess that's why she didn't want her playing with it, because she would eventually have the key.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
It's a lot of wooden stuff. Y'all build a lot of shit. Why don't y'all finish this basement?
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages. I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that. I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories...
If y'all been eating salmon the whole time and y'all had pea soup, peanut butter and jelly, some tasty beans, Sweetie Crisp, y'all got a lot of grape jelly, pork chunkies.
I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Oh, he did model trains, okay.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years.
30 years.
On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything. Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. almost friendly.
Homeboy just eating straight peaches. Straight out the can.
And then one day, everything just stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid.
Yeah, why did the shaking stop? 2005.
It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave. Well, I still can.
Nigga had a crutch. But the house goes deeper? That's crazy. Are you serious? Homeboy lived in the basement for 30 years. He's gotta be like pale as fuck.
I know it's out there somewhere.
These cookies? Alvin cereal, okay. You got food for days.
Whatever
down
killed
there.
Barbara. And Molly. And Calvin. Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me.
The train.
Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it.
Are you really, bro? You've been downstairs for
I'm
30
going to
years.
appreciate all of it, especially the food.
Everything's
I don't
different
mind
now.
if I only have a year left. Or a month. Or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
This nigga got hit by the train. He got hit by the train.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
Got hit by a train because you decided to go outside for the first time in 30 years. Mr. Walter.
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
At least you got a nice view. I feel like we should be able to change the channel on the. Oh yeah. All right, let's go. Lickety split. Here we go.
Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter. But if she never told me about an uncle under the house,
What else did she
I can
tell
only
you?
imagine what else she was hiding.
Yo, hit a whole bunch of shit.
I don't want to make the same mistakes she made.
Was that his shitter? Where did he shit? That's what I want to know, man. Nasty, bro.
Trying to bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe 2, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself
Well, who's the second person?
and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
Wait, where'd this train go? Wait, he got hit by a train. But where'd the train come from and where did it go? Did it go out to that island? Oh wait, there's the rest of the train tracks. Okay.
I don't know if I should even be writing this. Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me.
How can it die with you? You don't even know. It died with whoever else.
But I thought you should know about your family.
Oh, you pregnant?
And the history you're a part of. Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
Oh, what kind of train came by the house like that?
And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible. I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
Wow, that's true. They did bury their founder, Odin.
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils are mine, and 2 had been my fault.
Is that a fish? Fish, cat, rabbit, dog. I'm gonna say that's a dog too. Dog. Did you have a frog that died too? A lot of dogs. Couple rabbits, couple fish, a lot of gerbils.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Molly, okay. Had the cat with wings. Calvin went flying. Sven was a carpenter. All right. Edie was a author. Walter lived under a rock. Get it? Lived under a rock. Right, ladies and gentlemen, right there. Lived under a rock and is buried under a rock. Barbara Finch was the star of the whole family. Hollywood.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away.
Wow, the statue, the face, that's wild. Oh, it's like I'm running this in.
Poking out of the water at low tide. Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night. Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from.
Who's Sanjay Kumar? That's an odd one because everybody else is a Finch. It's a painter.
She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us. There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself. But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant. I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common.
How are you crawling in these places and you 22 weeks pregnant?
They were both pretty intense.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Mm-hmm. What? Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged. Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. The camera's older than you are.
You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though.
I don't like this focus. Everything's got to be super close. Definitely not how a camera's supposed to be working, man.
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee.
Hold still while I take a picture of you.
I definitely... Hey!
That's a keeper.
Nothing quite like being outside. I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Don. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Don, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years. Don, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph? You don't need to waste any more film on me, kiddo. Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip. Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish, how to build a fire. We found an old logging trail. There were deer everywhere. I bet if I could remember where that trail was, we'd spot a buck for you in no time. Give me a minute to check the map.
Dad!
Good eyes, Don. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of it.
Dad, I...
Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Don, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong. Great shot, Don!
Who's taking this picture, though?
I'm proud of you, Don. Always remember that, okay?
Why do parents always say that? My dad tells me that all the time.
Sorry, Don. Just gotta reset the timer. Hang on, kiddo. Just trying to get a shot of the two of us together.
Where are you trying to stand?
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally
so...
normal, Don. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
No way!
Of all
Damn.
these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Wow. Didn't see that one coming.
Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
Most photographers don't want to be in the camera. Damn, he had a lot of medals.
Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
Damn, they had MREs down here.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Damn, not a divorce. She's gonna get divorced from Sam?
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
Wait, why the fuck is that duck following my hand?
Watching over Gregory, it's time to... Hold on, sweetie.
Great, I can play with my duckies.
Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
I wonder what he saw. What his world was like. He reminded me so much of Calvin. Lost in his imagination. Whatever it was, he saw. It sure made him happy. I know how silly it sounds. That I worried about a baby being too happy. But I could feel him slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could.
Oh, I got all the toys in the tub.
Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Gregory to hear this.
I wish she could have told us about the world we saw. There's so much I don't understand about Gregory, about everything. But I know what happened wasn't your fault. I'm sure he's happy. And he'd want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay.
Tragic.
Love, Sam.
That was tragic. That was so tragic. Gregory was only one. Died in the bed. We still... What happened to Sven? Or we just don't know these people. Or we don't have no history of them. Or something like that. I don't know. We still gotta find out where Gus, Don, Milton, and Lewis. And Edie.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father
Man.
never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom were the words that
I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined and as a sign held up his middle finger. The wind picked up and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent. The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder." wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
Damn. Didn't even know who's out there.
She never
Poor
talked
Gus.
about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
How you gonna be named after another child of theirs? That's fucked up. You have a kite? Yep. Race flag. Quiet time. Duties done. Sweep trash. Gus. Mop. Mow. Yard. Greg. B. Baby. Hit. Routine. Jump rope 100 times. Jumping jacks 150. Push-ups 100. Crunches 100. Run to the mailbox and back. Okay. Good routine right there. Stay fit.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get. She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Oh, okay. That's who it is. That's who Sanjay is. Actually packing the day before she flies to India. Religion, science, math, history, okay. Old ass computer. Bet. Indian symbols with a cross, okay. Orcas Island High School, her senior poster. Oh, wait.
Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died.
Here we go. 22 weeks pregnant and still on the pole. Alright, we gotta find a way out of here because we can't get through the doors because the doors are sealed. Wait, what happened to Dawn? There's nothing about Dawn. Oh, let me climb back up. Can I climb back up? Yeah. There we go. I knew it wasn't.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Louis was born a year later.
At least I got some solar panels.
When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back.
What happened?
And to see kids in the house again.
We still don't know what happened to Milton. Mint, thyme, sage, basil.
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
I feel like closing all the doors.
But it didn't last.
Laptop. Old school pencil sharpener. Oh, she wrote a book too. I guess that's he died. He died as a in a disaster. Fact or fiction? Our family history. Why we learn about multiple? Okay. Oh, and you got a projector screen? Okay. Go ahead, teacher. Myth. Alright, the curse. Oh, you did this. Alright, go ahead, Edith. Odin Finch. History. Blah, 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 blah. Kingdom, phylum, class, order, genus, species, variety. Alright. Observation, question, research, hypothesis, experiment, data, conclusion. Whoa!
Beginning at the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
She closed this off too.
I think Edie was happy to finally have another painter in the family.
He was an architect. He wasn't just a painter, he was an architect too. Alright, little man. 10 years old doing this? Oh, you litty, man. And you had a view. Oh, that's dope.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Huh.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
Yo, what happened to Don? We don't know what happened to Edie, Don, or Lewis. I hope this is not the end. I want to know what happened to those 3.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors. Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out. Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Come on. Grab it, girl.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
He was a smoker. Lewis played. Oh, when he played, what is it, a PlayStation?
Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Yeah. I was like, where's the TV? He got this TV mounted, but the other TV was mounted on books. Man, y'all come on. But he's a weed head, so. Theodore's quality cigars. Marijuana. Y'all remember these black lights? Man, black lights used to be shit.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander. I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads. And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. He took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself.
Yo, this is, I ain't gonna say, this is very hard. Trying to do this and cut fish. Oh yeah, I can see how this can fuck up some shit. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a surprise.
But he found something more.
Way to show being distracted at work.
About him then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Louis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination, so he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
Jesus. Oh, wait.
He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis. Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on. In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a handsome queen.
What's up, Nessa?
The queen was on her own quest for sinister serpents.
It's going. This game is wild right
He followed
now.
the sound of her silver harp.
I gotta cut these fish heads off and direct my boat. This definitely makes you ambidextrous.
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound.
What's going on with you, Nessa?
He knew the world was all in his imagination.
Holy shit! It's a lot of fish. But I don't hit a chopper as much.
But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming.
Yeah, 4 a.m. does come very quick. How was your
And then it
Tuesday?
struck him. that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
What? Well, come on now.
He began to forget the world we know.
So I did some crafting some errands. Okay, crafting. Oh, crafting Nessa.
I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
Crafting Nessa. I thought about doing some crocheting when I'm on the plane, but I'm like, I don't want to do all that.
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
Bro, you're not even grabbing fish no more. That's a lot of fish. Polymer clay? Okay.
I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder.
I don't even know how to crochet, but I've been seeing these little ads where you can get these beginner sets of crocheting. And then you make these little crocheting animals. Thought it might be cool to do.
The palace would be packed with his companions.
They have no faces. It's a cat. Oh, it's Molly.
Including the wise Calico who insisted on advising him. His queen waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do.
Yeah, one thing left to do. Oh yeah, that's a guillotine. That's a guillotine. That's a guillotine.
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Yeah. Oh shit, yeah, exactly. Oh shit.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
I still don't know what happened to Don or Eddie. Are we gonna talk about Don and Eddie? Sad, man. The game is all about the death of her family members.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie.
Damn, you didn't tell your grandma before then? You didn't tell your grandma?
I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder.
Wait, do I go this way? Or do I go that way?
I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left.
This is it's a crazy game.
My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
She even wrote a book. Her mom wrote a book.
What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner. But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now was to tell you about that last night.
And this girl's pregnant. She's 22 weeks pregnant.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
Oh, Edith left. If Edie didn't leave during a storm and stayed at the house back in whenever, you think she was gonna leave her house now? You crazy lady.
the power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance, or that Edie had a key to it.
So we missed one person's death, but we're about to find out about Edie.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning, okay?
Oh, her grandma wrote that.
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born.
Oh, okay. Says
That
the night you died.
The tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground.
Wait, are we going to the old house? Why would you do that? You don't know when the damn tide's coming.
It smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around. For a while, I wandered.
Which sucks when you're in the middle of the ocean.
Seeing things.
You ain't seen nothing. Where's the red light?
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed.
Oh,
but when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them.
Alright, this all happened on the night you...
I can't explain, but that
Edith
I
was
need
going.
you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car.
That's fucked up.
I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone.
Where Great-Grandma
After that,
Edie?
We moved around a lot.
Wait, what happened to Great-Grandma Edie? I used to do this in the car too.
We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot.
Thanks, Mom. It just blew my whole flower away.
She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone.
I just remember, you're 19, girl.
The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this.
Oh, your baby.
If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is.
"19, pregnant, and the only person in her family alive." Oh wait, this is the
This journal
birth?
was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you. And tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way.
She must have died in childbirth. Fudge. Damn. What kind of game is this?
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
That was, oh yeah, on my screen, yeah. I feel I missed a room. I feel like I missed a room. Wow. Wow. Yeah, my heart rate's low. Well, that's the curse of the family. Everybody died a weird way. Like, nobody knows what happened to Milton. Milton's the only one we don't know what happened to. He just disappeared. You see, it says missing. He was the missing Finch. Nobody knows what happened to Milton, and that's how the story began. Is that you coming back to an old house, and that's the first thing you see is the missing persons folders poster. But it goes through how like the Finches have a curse on the family where everybody's like dies like young or something like that. Like even the grandfather, the great grandfather, tried to leave Poland. I think it was Poland, and come to the United States to get away from the curse, but brought their house with them. And he died as soon as he got to Washington State. Because the house got hit by like a big tidal wave or something like that. But maybe it's the house. Maybe it was the house because the house was still out in the water. And the fireplace was made from bricks from the house. And like they said, it's crazy that you built a cemetery before you built your house on your land. Because your great grandfather was the one who died as soon as he brought it over. That is crazy. Wow. He had an uncle who lived under the house and broke through a wall that went to this the uncle that lived under the house and went to break through. He wanted to get out. He lived under the house for 30 years. Oh, you heard about this? Okay, Annapurna. They make games like this? That's crazy. Yeah, they be putting out weird games. It's sort of their thing. See, I didn't know. Well, we know it, Grandma, but we didn't get the drawing of Grandma. And we didn't get the drawing of Dawn. So we don't know what happened to them. The replay a story option is not available. Select Edith to play from the beginning. There's 12 trophies in this game. it's a cool game. It's a cool game though. Very interesting story though. See, Odin's the one that brought the house, like he shipped the house, like he left Norway or Poland, one of those two. I think it was Norway, and sailed away with the house. Sven, Kay, and Sanjay, I guess those are like family members that were married into the family. Because Sanjay was just a weird name to see in the graveyard. So we didn't get to see Don's story. We'll replay this again one day. Just not today. That's it, man. That's the end of the story of What Remains of Edith Finch. W game. All right.